Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. It's Tuesday, the 13th of December, 2022. I hope you are keeping well. I'm feeling quite well this morning. It's a bright day, although I have a day's work to attend to. I just checked out what was in the fridge to have breakfast, and I found some mushrooms that I needed to cook pretty quickly because they've been in the fridge for some time. You can't keep them out of the fridge. It's difficult to keep things in Thailand that require cool storage. There's a choice. It's either too cold in the fridge or it just dies in the humidity and heat of regular room temperature. Some things I can keep in rooms that I mostly keep air conditioned, like bananas and stuff like that. I try to keep them in a room that is air conditioned most of the time, but it's difficult to keep food. But anyway, I decided to cook myself a mushroom omelette. And I used my omelette pan. I've discovered over the years that it doesn't matter what type of non-stick pan you have. If you cook various things in it, like, I don't know, steak or something like that or whatever, over time, things, especially if you glazed pork chop or something like that, you know what I mean? It's gonna ruin the pan. The pan will eventually become a non-stick pan. A sticking non-stick pan. And so I recently bought a pan I keep only for omelettes and pancakes. I just will not allow myself to put anything else in there. And so I used my omelette pan to cook a lovely Western style mushroom omelette. Now, different from omelettes that Thai people cook traditionally. Western omelettes are fairly light, kind of almost undercooked, but just cooked very softly and, you know, delicately and stuff like that. In Thailand, with our Thai food, we often have a Thai version of omelette which has soy sauce in it, and just sometimes I think maybe spring onions or shallots or something like that. Chives, maybe, I think, just a little touch of that, but not a lot. And often with minced pork, but it doesn't have to be. But that is cooked over a really high heat in a wok, and goes brown color, you know, really kind of antithesis of Western cooks who think that omelettes should be very light and stuff like that. But the Thai omelettes are also incredibly delicious and very suitable to having with rice and other kinds of food. So I guess depends on, you know, whichever mood you're in or what type of food you feel like eating. But there is definitely more than one way to cook an egg. There might only be one way to break an egg, but there's more than one way to cook an omelette. Should that sound like a new adage? There's more than one way to cook an omelette. It doesn't quite have the ring of it. But anyway, let's get on with the Guardian Sudoku puzzle, shall we? Because I'm wasting time and I've got to work today. Now, this is a medium game. If form holds true, the Guardian generally has a pretty easy Tuesday puzzle. They call it medium, and it's often an easy level game. So if you are a beginner, I'll just give you a quick rundown of the rules. We have 9 squares in every row across. We have 9 squares in every column down, and we have 9 squares in each of these small 3x3 grids. What do? We place numbers 1 to 9 in each of the squares, and we can only... and 1 to 9 in each row, 1 to 9 in each square. That would be a very big square, wouldn't it? We place numbers 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and each block. 1 number per square, of course. And you can see that some digits are pre-filled. That means we have a starting point. If the screen was entirely blank, we might be in a lot of trouble. Right, so let's get on with the game. I can see something, but it's not particularly... It's a bit round the houses, and I'd prefer not to do that if possible. I might need to, though. Let's just see. As I said, this is usually an easy level game, but it's not always. Sometimes it's tricky. Okay, so I see something easy. Let's start with the lucky 7. Of course, it's unlucky 13th today, so let's counteract it with this lucky 7. And if you believe any of that nonsense, oh dear, that's unfortunate for you. We have 7s blocking down like this, and a 7 across here. Here is a 7. I can't get any more 7s, but now we've got a 2 blocking up here, I notice. So the 2 must appear in that square there. Of course, if you're new to the game, you recognize that there's just one empty square where we could place that 2. Sorry, I forgot to explain. We could have newcomers to Sudoku as well as newcomers to the channel here. Hopefully more and more of you. 4s block up here like this. That gives me a 4 in that square there. It would be nice to get more and more people playing Sudoku. Please do that. If you have friends who are not yet in the world of Sudoku, why not try to convert them? Send them to one of my Monday puzzles, a nice easy game, and hopefully we'll convert. Let's proselytize, shall we, people? Let's proselytize for Sudoku. Right. What's missing there? 3, 6, 3. I'm humming to myself. Okay, so here's something. We have 8 blocking down this column, 8 blocking down this column, 8 blocking down this column, and 8 blocking down this column. So in the bottom row here, you can see we have 8s blocking these 4 squares. The only square unaffected is this square here, so we know that has to be an 8, don't we? And now we can say the 8's blocking up here like so, with the 8 across. Puts the 8 here. Now we also have 8's blocking down these columns here, giving us an 8 in this square as well. That's as far as we can take the 8's, because they're going to look like this. So if you're new to Sudoku, you should understand if we have an 8 in this square, we will also have an 8 in this square. But the 8 might be in that square, in which case the 8 will also be in that square. Come on, let's get with it. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. Don't they say that in pantomime at pantomime time? Isn't now the season for pantomime in the UK? Do we have any widow twankies with us today? Graham, are you a widow twankie? I'm not sure you watch these easy level games, but anyway, let me know if you are. All right, let's go on a digit hunt. Some can save time, and I am supposed to be getting on with the game. There's a beauty. 2 up here and 2 across here. That will give me a 2 in that square there. We also have 2's blocking across these 2 rows here, so that gives me a 2 there. And we have now 2 across these rows, row 1 and row 3, and a 2 in column 9 blocking all the way up here, so that puts a 2 into that square. I generally don't talk about column row numbers because it's confusing, and hopefully you are not blind. If you're blind, can you play Sudoku? Wow, that will be really tough. But if you are visual and can see the YouTube video, assuming that's what you're doing, I don't give rows and columns numbers, but there is a notation if you're looking to learn the game. Just R and C stand for row and column. We count from the top left. So rows 1, 2, 3, 4, and columns 1, 2, 3, etc., etc. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to place a 2 here because of these intersecting 2's. I'm being very chatty today and not really concentrating much, but let's hope I don't make a mistake. Sometimes that leads to mistakes if I'm talking a lot. Okay, that's the final digit 2. We now have a 2 in each of the small 3x3 grids, so we don't need those anymore. Let's continue along. Right, now we have 3 blocking up here. So do you agree that we have 3 in one of these 2 squares here? So can this square here be 3? No, because of this. Can this square here be 3? No, because we have a 3 eventually in either this square or this square. And can this square be 3? No, clearly not, because of that 3 there. So in this row, that must be the location of digit 3. Let's go on. Okay, we have 5's across these 2 rows with a 5 down here, so that gives me a 5 here. Now, up here, 5 blocks across here and 5 blocks up here. So what do we know? We know that 5 is either in this square or in this square, Don't know which one, but it's one of those. Blocking down here and 5 blocking across here. So in this particular block here, you can see intersecting 5s in that manner, giving us a 5 here. And now we have 5 across this row, and 5 across this row, and 5 up here. So that puts a 5 into that square there. Anything happening with the 6s? Well, maybe, but I don't know what. 7s, we haven't quite finished off the 7s yet. Can we finish them off? No, not yet. The 8s are not finished yet either. And we're still stuck in the same place as we were before. And the 9s now. Okay, 9 blocks down here, so that means 9 is in one of these 2 squares. So let's extend northwards and this 9 upwards, and 9's from the right to the left. From the right to the left. Gives me a 9 up here. Shall we go round again? In case things are looking easier now. Very quickly, let's just look. Oh, 2 is done. Let's just look for anything that is very easy and still available. I have spotted the 3s down here. What else is missing? 1, 3, 9. Okay. Okay, 4's now across here. See, this wasn't available before, but is now 4 here now. 4 up here. Can we? No, we can't still, because we will be left with 4's in these squares. So no, can't finish off the 4's just yet. Where's a 6? Hello, that's the only 6 on the board still. Interesting. Although we do know that it must appear there and here. So we know where the 6 is going to be, or some places it's going to be anyway, across here. Alright, I guess I've gone through that little scheme. And so, okay, here we go. 9 across here and 9 blocking down here. So that means that 9 is in one of these 2 squares here. 9 blocking down there, 9 blocking down here. So we can in fact get ourselves a 9 in that square there. And now we can say 9 blocking across here puts a 9 into this square. 9 across here and 9 down gives me a 9 here. 9 up here, 9 down here, and 9 across here puts a 9 into that square there. And actually 9's across and a 9 down puts a 9 here. Now I do remember that I had 8's like this before, because I remember telling you. So now I know that this has got to be an 8. And as I said to you, this will then become an 8. Right, missing numbers here are 1 and 6. Do we know anything about 1 or 6? No, we don't. Obviously up here is going to be 1 and 6 as well, and that's going to be a 1 and 6 as well. How about that? Lots of 1 and 6s. And this, okay, so this is a good start, right? 6 blocks up here, so in this row that must be 6, and a 1 is going to finish that row. And now we need a 1 to finish this block, and 1 blocks down here, so this would be 1, and this would be our 6. And then we have the 6 blocking up here, putting a 6 into that square there. See how it all works in Sudoku? It's also neat when it comes together, isn't it? Are you getting the vibe yet, that Sudoku vibe, if you're a newcomer? I promise you it's a great game. Just get into it, try it out for a little while, and you'll really enjoy it. It's a nice, it's just, it's just great the way that you can use logic to find these answers. Now we have 1 empty square up here, so it would be remiss if I didn't tell you that that has to be a 7, because that's the only number we need to complete the column here. Now we've got 7's blocking across this row and this row. How am I doing on time? Yep, still got enough time, just about. I've always got to watch out for work. So 7 goes here. That's done. We have now finished 2, 7, 8, and 9. We're looking for everything else. So that's 3, 6, and up here we are looking for 1. Okay, so down here we have a 1 blocking down. We need a 1 in this column. It must go there, and the final number for this row is, I'll tell you in a moment when I know what it is. It's a 3, isn't it? We don't yet have a 3, so our 3 must be in that square. And now we can finish this block here with a 6. I was about to say blockhead. Ian Jury and, for those of you who remember Ian Jury and the Blockheads. A great name for a group if ever there was one, right? This has to be a 3, doesn't it? 3 blocking across here. Here's our 3, and the last number to place here is a 1. 1 blocks up here and 1 blocks across here. If I can only hold down the right key to demonstrate the path for you. What's left to get now? So I can see what's going to be missing here in these 2 squares. Then I can get that one, can't I? So the missing numbers from here are 4 and 6. We don't have 4 and we don't have 6. So actually I can place them now because the 6 blocks here. So that will be the 6. And this will be the 4. And now, of course, even if I hadn't managed to register which of those squares the 6 and the 4 were in, I still could have got this square because it would be the last number in this block, which is 5. So 5's block across like this. And that gives me a 5 here, which was the last 5. Now we're just 1 number short for this row, and that is going to be a 6. 6 is going to block down here, giving me a 6 in this square. 6 blocks across here. Here's our 6. The missing number here now is a 3, I believe. And a 3 to complete this block here. 3 blocks down here, so this will be a 3. We still need a 1 to complete this row. And now for this column here, a 4 will do it, and a 1 finishes the grid. So that's the Guardian medium. Yes, another easy level air quotes medium game from the Guardian, as expected on Tuesday, but just about perfect because it gives me enough time to get ready for work. And I hope you have a great day, whether you are working or if you're a retired person. You enjoy your retired life, and don't forget to exercise and stuff like that. Bye bye.